I'm about to do something that I said I would never do publicly, and that is crash out on a video. Originally, this was going to be a pop culture recap video because I know you guys want those and I want to do them so badly because I love pop culture. I know you guys love pop culture, but I cannot ignore what is going on in the world right now because it is actually affecting me more than I thought it would. And I've seen from the comments in my shorts and my other videos and on my other platforms that it's affecting you guys too. So I think it would be wrong of me to make a video just talking about celebrities and pop culture without actually checking in on myself, but also checking in on you guys, because what is the point of making videos like that if you guys aren't even actually able to fully enjoy them? So let's just talk about what is going on so far in 2025, because I'm going to be so for real. I've been crashing out all day. And the reasons I'm crashing out there's many reasons. There are multiple reasons as to why I'm crashing out, but I want to start with the main one because I am semi-directly affected by it, the LA fires. I live in Los Angeles, and before I moved here back in 2021, there was another round of wildfires here in LA that happened, I think about 2020. And I remember so many people asking me like, are you still going to move to LA? Do you see the wildfires? They are terrible. It was when the fires actually jumped the 405 and completely scorched that road. And I remember thinking to myself, yeah, like wildfires are bad, but I personally hate the snow, which was like, what is wrong with me? And I still had in my mind, I wanted to move to LA. And I said, if there were wildfires, I would be prepared. I'd be able to handle it. And I'm starting to look back at me then and be like, what were you talking about? You're able to handle it? I think what is so hard for me to grasp is that there are so many people around me who are losing everything, that there are families of people that have no way of getting supplies or returning to a home, or they had to leave pets behind. There's just so many things that I'm feeling like survivor's guilt is, which I've been hearing a lot of people say. Not to say that I was directly affected by the fires per se. I didn't have a home that was in the Palisades or even in the Pasadena, but I did have the Sunset Fire that was near me. And I'll post a picture here where me and my boyfriend and a bunch of our friends went up to the roof of their building and we saw the Sunset Fire hit Runyon Canyon. And I could not grasp that that was only a 10-minute to 8-minute drive away from me, and that I wasn't even ready to leave. I was like, no, that's fine. It's not near us. It was near us. It was close enough to us that we eventually had to evacuate. In that moment, I remember looking at Justin and he was completely silent, and I could see him thinking. I can see him determining what we should do. And in that moment, I was like, we should leave. We should probably pack bags, grab all of our important documents, and get out of here and go somewhere, at least somewhere more south, because we were closer to the fires, and somewhere away from the fire that was merely blocks away from us. So we packed bags, we grabbed all of our important documents. I videotaped our entire apartment because I forgot about like insurance. And they said that if you didn't have a video or proof and your place burned down, you didn't have proof, you wouldn't get insurance to cover it. Like it just wouldn't happen. That freaked me out to think like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having to think about the idea that I could lose everything watching so many other people lose everything. So we went south, we stayed with a friend. And then the next day, the evacuation orders were lifted by our apartment. We came back, and that was, I think, Thursday. So Thursday into Friday, I was going to sleep and I had the worst headache of my life. I started to get a bloody nose and I was coughing a lot. I couldn't tell if it was just my anxiety forcing me to do those things or if it truly like something wrong with the air quality. And push came to shove, I started to read a lot of things that the air quality here is truly bad. Everybody is saying like, don't go outside. And if you do go outside, wear a mask, because even though the air quality might say it's good on your Apple app, it is not actually good because it's not measuring all the particles that are now being put into the air by these burnt down homes. And I didn't know that. That Friday, I think Justin was home from work and we were like, okay, we're gonna stay. I think we're totally fine. And once I said that, that false alarm went out and Justin looked at me. He's like, you manifested that there would be a problem here. We waited, we were cooking dinner, and I started to get another really bad headache. I was coughing more, and Justin was going back and forth. He's like, do we leave? Do we go somewhere? Do we get a hotel? Because like we aren't feeling well. And all of a sudden I saw a bunch of people post on Threads saying that they were getting really bad headaches, bloody noses, stuffy noses, and even coughing. And I looked at him and I said, we need to leave, which I also felt guilty about. We'll get into that. We went to San Diego. We got away from everything. I felt instantly better leaving, but now we're back, obviously. But it's stressing me out because I do have like the survivor's guilt of like why we left and other people were here helping. But God, I don't know. It's just like really hard. I literally just got off the phone with my mom and I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm not doing enough. But even when I do something, I went and just like dropped off donations at a friend's house. And funny story, I got locked in it was her cousin's house, and I got locked in their gate. So I couldn't leave. And I was like, hey, I'm trapped in your cousin's house and I don't want them to think I'm an intruder, but I just dropped off a ton of supplies, a bunch of PR that I don't need that can go to families and be donated. And she was like, oh, I'll get you out, whatever. And like, then I was driving home and I'm like, that wasn't enough. Dropping off stuff wasn't enough. I feel, I don't know. So that's stressing me out. It's really hard because I'm watching other people in my space who do like pop culture or do content in general who are just posting like normal and also capitalizing off of just what's going on. And I don't feel that's right. I don't feel like posting about the fires and monetizing it or even like posting about celebrities' homes burning down. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like I'm contributing to anything that's important right now. But at the same time, people are saying like you have to keep business as usual. And to me, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. This is starting to feel like a ramble, so like totally feel free to like speed up the video because I will be talking about other things. That is something that's been stressing me out, is that these fires, whether people think within the next couple of weeks it's gonna go away or not, it's not. Like people's homes have burnt down, this needs to be rebuilt, and it's just gonna be a reality for us for a while. On top of that, while I'm dealing with this entire idea of like being guilty of what's going on because I'm still in a home, or even just like the idea that the fires could be poisoning us in the air, I'm also dealing with the TikTok ban. And I do want to preface this and say that YouTube has always been when people are like, what is your main platform? What is your number one platform? I always say it's YouTube because I find YouTube, one, my community on here, you guys are the best. Like I've never felt a sense of community on any other platform than I do here on YouTube. So I'm so grateful that I have this, even if another app were to be banned. The TikTok ban is currently happening this week among, of course, the LA wildfires. Of course, I think there's record winter and record snow on the East Coast. With all of that going on in the world essentially falling apart, TikTok is also going to be banned. Our huge source of information, huge source of my income, a huge source of my community building could be going away, and I have no control over it. I think a huge thing about me is, if you guys didn't know, I'm a Capricorn, and we as Capricorns love to have control. We love a timeline, we love a schedule, we love things being in our control. And when things slip out of my control, I absolutely lose my mind. And I've come to terms with the fact that TikTok eventually could have its moment to go away, because we dealt with it. I think this is the third time we have dealt with the essential banning of the app. And I've gotten over it. That's why I came to YouTube, because I was like, I have an audience there. I think you guys are phenomenal. I love talking to you guys, and I've just prepared for it. But at the same time, there's so much hysteria out there where people are now like, you need to use this app, you need to do this, you need to start posting, post less, post more, follow this person, follow that person. I'm just like, can everybody shut up? I'm already stressed out about so many other things. But the idea that people are now jumping to this app called Red Note, which is also Chinese owned, which is its own problem in itself. People are signing up, and I joined it just to claim my username in case people were going to try and take my videos. But someone brought to my attention that all of the terms and conditions are in Mandarin Chinese. I don't know Mandarin, and I don't know what I'm signing up for. I do want to bring it all back to not sound like an ungrateful influencer, because there are bigger problems in the world, like I just explained. TikTok going away, yes, it's a part of my job, but I will figure it out. On the flip side, something I don't think I've talked about on here at all is my influencer life, I guess is the way I want to frame it. I think a huge thing that I'm struggling with right now is like, I'm in my apartment. Obviously, I have Justin and I love him very much, but I feel like a lot of the time I say to Justin, like, I don't feel like I have a lot of friends, or I do feel like I'm alone a lot of the time, because I work from home. My job is, I'm my boss. I don't have employees. I don't have coworkers. I don't have any of that. And a lot of the time I'm dealing with a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stress, the fires, TikTok ban, my job, the stresses of the job that come with itself. I'm dealing with it all by myself, and I don't think I've ever talked about it. And I even just said to my mom on the phone, I was like, I have nobody to talk to about this. She's like, well, you can call me. But at the same time, it's like, there's no one I can talk to on a regular day-to-day basis in my home or in my close vicinity, because I can't expect other people to always be there for me to lean on, which might be wrong of me, but I don't know. I just think for all of us, including you guys, including me, I think a lot of us need to give ourselves grace and also check in on each other. That's why I wanted to make this video, because ultimately, like, let's use the comment section to be kind of check-in space. Let me know how you're feeling. I've clearly let you know how I'm feeling. If you're not in LA and you want to help out with what's going on, I've been posting a bunch of resources on my Instagram of like, you can donate. I was just doing local LA drop-offs. You can also contribute to GoFundMe's. You can contribute to Amazon wishlist, which have been helping a lot. A lot of people have been having Amazon delivery drivers just go straight to the donation centers, which I think is amazing. Want to make sure you guys are okay. I clearly just needed to crash out for a second. I feel a lot better just even talking to you guys for a couple minutes. I do want to let you guys know I will have a pop culture video coming this week, hopefully, just to get us back into the swing of that. But if you guys ever need anything, you guys can comment on some of my posts. I always respond. Always shoot me a DM on Instagram. But if you need to crash out, let me know, because I just did. And I watch this back and be embarrassed, but at the same time, it needed to happen. Again, make sure if you liked the video to like it, click the subscribe button. I will see you guys on the internet.